So it is now Monday. It's the first official day of the project. I have, so far at this stage, I've made a pattern of the half-scale mannequin. I washed the piping cord, so that's ready to use for whatever I decide. I also made a half-scale dress using the mannequin that I'd padded out. As just like a little sample to see what the proportions were, and I was quite happy with them. I have the fabric I'm going to use. I picked the blue, like cornflower blue, florally upholstery fabric from Woolcrest, which was £5 a metre. I think I got 8 metres. I went for the standard one. In the end, I didn't use the black outlining version because I figured that it would be softer to wear and to work with and easy to sew, and also means I've got the flexibility of choosing which side I want to use, and secondly I can always I can add stiffening, I can't take it away, so that solves that problem. The next problem is how to fit it in the washing machine because it will not fit. I just don't think it will anyway. I have potential problems with my model. There is a chance my original model might not be able to help out, isn't able to make the fittings, so I need to think of a contingency plan. There is someone in first year who's about the same proportions. I'm worried that choosing, because my model is very tall and very, I don't want to say wide, but they are quite broad in the shoulders and everything. I want to find someone who's similar proportions to get the same effect, because I've obviously designed the dress to look good with those proportions. It's going to be difficult to use a shorter or a thinner model. I am not really sure where to go from here, because until I have a definite answer from my model, I can't start pattern drafting, which is what I intended to do today. But what I could do is I could start working on the bloomers, because they are going to be quite flexible in terms of like waist size. The length, I'm not quite sure how to go about, but I'm going to make them to the length that I was going to for my original model, because my potential backup has a similar height. So I'd like to try and make them in the same way that I made the porcelain doll version bloomers that I made, which I think I have a picture of in my folder, where it has on the original doll they were pin tucks with little bits of lace tucked in between, so it makes them quite ruffly, but it also added a lot of volume around the hem. And if I'm having the bloomers be about knee or shin length, then that's where I want to have the majority of the volume, because that's where they're going to show out from under the dress. So I think I'm going to do a couple of experiments and maybe add some piping cord in the pin tucks to see if it will give them a bit of extra volume and give the large ruffles that I am trying to go for. I think that it's going to be, because I'm using a standard weight cotton, the sort of oversized effect isn't going to be the same as it would be for the rest of the dress, because obviously I'm not using upholstery weight, but for like practicality and for comfort of wear, I can't use upholstery weight for the bloomers or the sleeves or anything. So I'm going to experiment with a couple of different ways I could still get that volume but not make it hindrance to wear. Starting with the piping cord. I did also have the idea of maybe using horsehair, but I'd have to get hold of some. I haven't got any at the minute. So in terms of everything else, I still need to order the net, because I can't get on with anything until I have an answer for my model. But I need to get on with the underskirt, the sort of petty slip thing, because I want to build on top of that with the dress, and I won't know how to do that until I've got the petticoat. Obviously I need the net for that. and I need to experiment to find out how to attach the net to what I've got to base it on. So I've got some like Georgette stuff, white Georgette, that I was going to use, but then I don't know if I want the bodice part to be stretchy to make it easier to wear. So I have some jersey as well, so I need to experiment how to join those all together without them having weird huge ruffles in places where they shouldn't be. I want the sort of the petty slip underneath to be quite smooth on the base layer, and then the net layers go on top of that, so the outer dress looks quite smooth. So I'll need to do some experimenting, but that'll be for another day. I also need to still buy some more piping cord because I have a fair quantity that I got from Fabricland, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough of the width that I wanted to crochet the bow, assuming I'm even still using the bow. I'm still undecided on that, but I will need to do some experiments, and hopefully, if I can, I need to order a whole box of this piping cord. I have a feeling when I bought this, I can't remember how many meters were on here, but when I bought it, it wasn't a whole box, and a whole box was like 150 meters or something, which would be perfect for what I need, but they didn't have any in stock. But I think they got the sizes of the piping cord mixed up, because it said that this was a size 1, and I'm fairly certain this is not a size 1, this is like a size 2 potentially, or 3. So I need to double check that. That might be something I have to do when I go home again, because the nearest store is in Reading, and that's a bit of a trek from here, and I don't want to be going home just to buy piping cord. So that might be a job for next weekend potentially. Everything else I think is almost good to go. I just need to hear back from my model basically.